What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Oh, thought the mic was on mute. It's been a hell of a week. Glad to have everybody here. A lot of big news dropped this week, including today. And we're going to talk about some of that news for the week and break it down. And also, I'm going to give people in Discord a chance to come up and talk and share what they feel about the news that happened this week. And it's just a lot of stuff that's happened this week. And so just get some other people's thoughts and opinions about it. If you want to be a part of this channel, membership and a member of Discord, I'll place the link here. And also, the link is in my description box. Here's the link. I'm posting it in the comments if you want to join, so that you could be a part of our discussions that we have at night, among other things that we have. Watch movies, TV shows sometimes, and just a really good community to be a part of. And it's a members only community, so it is, membership has its privileges, so to speak. And I appreciate everybody that is a member. Also, you get a chance to come on up and chat with everybody. We can, what was I going to say? Let's get that hashtag JMoreReviews going so that we can have a winner for this week. Definitely need at least 25 entries. So let's go ahead and get those hashtag JMoreReviews in there and get this Cash App giveaway started. I appreciate everybody. It's already 5 entries in there, so let's go. Let's kick it off. I know we can get 20 more. We got 5 in the first 2 minutes. So hashtag JMoreReviews at the bottom of the screen. Don't forget to put the hashtag, and let's get it going. Let's get this Cash App giveaway. I'll kick it off. What's up, Samara, in the chat from the very first moment? Appreciate you. Ill Woods, what's good, brother? How you doing? Big Ron, what's up? How you doing? Coming in with the hashtag JMoreReviews. My girl Kelly Lee, what's up? How you doing, Kelly? Hashtag JMoreReviews. Sylvia Davis in the building. Dame Kenny on Facebook, what's good? I appreciate you, Sylvia Davis. You ain't like that versus battle with Mario and Omarion. Omario on. One Journey, how you doing? Savannah Rivers, what's up? What's up? Miss Kira, Damien, everybody, I appreciate y'all. So, we got a lot to talk about. Let's get it started. So, today was a very historic day. And I don't know if history was on the right side today or not. I'll let you all decide. I'll tell you my thoughts on this. But I think that, it's historical because the Supreme Court decided to overturn Roe versus Wade. And for those who may not be familiar with what that means, Roe versus Wade was the court case where they decided it was legal and a woman's right to have an abortion. Once this was overturned, now states have the right to choose if they feel abortion is legal in their state or not. Now, abortion is a very sensitive issue, but I think that should be something available to people if that is what they choose. It is some reasons that women may need, whether they have been raped or whether it's for the health of them or the child. Maybe the woman's life could be in danger, and so that could be a couple reasons. Some women choose financial reasons. I think that if a person doesn't agree with it, then that should be between them and the woman that they are with. It shouldn't be imposed on every single woman, because here's the thing: laws don't change things. Laws kind of punish things, because it's illegal for drug use, crack, cocaine, heroin, but yet it's available in every city. So by it being illegal doesn't stop it. It's illegal to kill, murder. How many people get shot all across the country and murdered, and things happen? So it's not that it stops people from killing, it's that people get punished for it. And I think that making abortion illegal in certain states is not going to stop a woman from getting an abortion. It's just going to punish a woman for getting an abortion, which I think is kind of messed up. Most of the ladies, I think, are not too happy with this decision and don't agree with it, especially when pretty much 5 men decided that their right to over their body is not theirs. And that's why it is important to vote. Some people say, well, I didn't believe in Trump or Biden, so I didn't vote. Or I didn't believe in Hillary Clinton or Trump, so I didn't vote. Well, 3 of these Supreme Court justices were appointed by presidents that didn't win the popular vote. I think Trump appointed 2 or 3 of them. 2. And one of them was appointed by George Bush. So, you know, you got to vote. And you got to be a part of this thing, because you never know. Now they're saying that they may, well, Clarence Thomas, who I remember when he was getting appointed, and Anita Hill spoke out about all the things that he did, sexual harassment and things that he was doing to her. Anyway, he's saying that they're going to go after gay marriage and contraceptives, birth control. He don't even want people to have birth control. Come on. Birth control? I mean, that is not even... How could you stop people from getting birth control? That's preventing a pregnancy. He don't even want you to prevent getting pregnant, which I think is like going to a whole nother level if you decide a person can't even use birth control. Wow. That is insane. How can you stop people from birth control? So he feels what? Okay, all 3 were Trump appointed. So 3 out of the 5 that decided this ruling were put there by Trump, which is why people need to vote for presidents, because they have power that lingers on past their presidency. You know, people think, well, Trump out of office, why they still always bringing him up? Because we're starting to see the effects of what he did. And all of these 3 judges, when they were going through confirmation hearings, said that this was settled law and they wouldn't touch it. And now they have all gone back on what they said and changed their mind. And now we see the effects. And I think that's just crazy that this is going on. And what they need to do is write this into law and take it out of the hands of the courts. If they write it into law, then they can't overturn it. So, who knows? We'll see what happens. But I definitely think that this is something that they need to give a permanent right. Just like if they would have left people being free versus slavery in the hands of the courts permanently, instead of making it a constitutional amendment, then who knows what may happen one day in the future. And Miss Carey got another excellent point, which is that they're making all these laws about stopping abortion, but when these children are born, they have no support system for these kids. It's as if the Republican Party cares about a child until they born. Once they born, that's your fault. That's your problem. You should have been more careful. It's not up to the state to help you with raising your child. It's not up to the state to give you money to help you feed your child. Well, maybe somebody realizes that's the case, so they decide, well, I made a mistake in getting pregnant. And maybe it is a mistake getting an abortion. But that's between them, their doctor, their partner, and God, that they are going to decide that they would prefer to do that than have a child in the world that they can't afford to take care of or provide for. And I mean, if that's something that they're going to do, they probably would find a way to do it one way or another. You know, it's not like if they decide that this is not available, that they won't try to do it. Now, will some people that don't have money or resources end up having babies that they can't afford? More than likely, they probably will. And then when these kids are running wild and committing crimes or struggling, maybe they don't all become criminals. I don't want to say that's the case, because everybody that comes from a poor background doesn't become a criminal. But just people struggling. You have more people being born without resources. The jobs market is already difficult, to say the least. Yes, people hiring right now, but the way that the future is going is that automation is going to wipe out millions of jobs around the world. Millions. And technology. And so who knows what's going to happen in the future. And the more people you have that we have to feed in this world, employ in this world, and we're unable to do it, it's going to be a difficult situation for the future, to say the least. You know, Social Security and stuff is already in trouble. Taxes and things is already in trouble. The food shortage and high cost and everything is already in trouble. And, you know, it's a lot of things going on that this is maybe, I'm not saying that people need to abort more children and things. Me personally, I don't think people should get an abortion, but I also don't think my views on something so personal should be put on everybody else. I would just say that would be my view with somebody. If I'm with them, I would try either not to have unexpected pregnancy, and if it was an unexpected pregnancy, then I would try to do something where we wouldn't have to have an abortion, meaning basically try to be there and take care of the child. I wouldn't want to give my child up for adoption, but that's why I think having a ban on birth control is insane, because that could prevent all of this in the first place. And I don't think they should even be able to say something to that effect, to make it where there's no ban on birth control. Well, there's a ban on birth control, rather. So, but, I mean, I think that this is an individual right and an individual's decision. And maybe when you're younger, you may think this is a good option. And maybe when you're younger, it is probably a better option for you. But as you get older and things change and people have different thoughts and mature and have different things go on, you know, your views on things change. That's the whole beauty of life for most people. As they get older, they grow, they mature, they have different viewpoints. They learn from experience and other people's experience. And so, based off of all of that, some of the things that I may have thought when I was younger, I may not think the same way now. But if somebody is younger and they're having those thoughts and things, I think that they should have the option to have a safe way to have some, help. I'm put the link in Discord if somebody want to come up and talk about this issue. But I definitely think that this is a bad decision, because the majority of Americans don't agree with it. If the majority of Americans agree, then I would say then that's a majority decision. We live in a country where majority rule. That's why we vote. Whoever got the most votes, the majority, wins. So it's always going to be some people that are not happy with stuff, but we go by majority rule in a democracy, and that's how we make progress. And I think that if majority doesn't agree, then this isn't a good decision. And that's how any decision goes. And it's crazy because we just had some type of gun reform this week, but then we have this. So kind of moving forward a little bit in one direction and then moving back. That's what they say, 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. So you make a little progress and then you take it away in one area. So how much progress as a country are we really making? I don't know. Again, don't forget to put the hashtag JMoreReviews. Let's get up to 25 entries. Right now we at 11. Don't forget to put it in on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook so that we can have a Cash App giveaway. Definitely appreciate it. All right, let's see. Let me read some of this right quick. So, or better yet, here I got another article. Because of this being overturned, some states were ready and had some laws in effect. So let's see. Hold on. I got a thing I'll show you. They say Here it is. Abortion is now illegal in these states. Alright. Just like that, now it's illegal in these states. So let's see. It says that Missouri and Texas were the first two states to swiftly ban abortion in the wake of the ruling. Trigger bans in Louisiana, South Dakota, and Kentucky immediately went into effect after the ruling came down, after certain state officials certified that Roe v. Wade had been overturned. Trigger or pre-Roe bans in Arkansas, Alabama, Utah, and Oklahoma went into effect. The latter, despite Oklahoma already having a full abortion ban in place that deputized private citizens to enforce it. All of the recent bans have no exceptions for rape or incest, only an exception if the life of the mother is at risk. Although pro-choice experts point out that the language around these types of exceptions is vague. States such as, think about this new decision with the ban on abortion.
Man, I'm not surprised. Like, look at what we got in the Supreme Court. So, I already knew that the rig was already in, so, I mean, it's just another way for the government to just take away our rights. And I don't think it's fair and I don't think it's right. But, this is what you said earlier. This is where it's important to be voting the right, people in these high positions and stuff like that. Because it could affect, generations. It could affect your children, your children's children, rights and decisions and stuff like that, and like, you were saying before, like, everybody's situation is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, people use, abortion, like, they make it such like a ugly word, you know what I'm saying? But I understand, they want to, get biblical with it, and I understand that whole perspective of it, but, like, I'm pretty sure if the pregnancy came out of something that was very traumatic and something ugly happened, and you as a woman, you know what I'm saying, you just don't want that constant reminder of seeing that child, because every time you see that child, you constantly triggered and reminded of how that child came to be, whatever that traumatic experience happened, so, why are you taking that right from me to abort the pregnancy? Like, that's the way I feel about it, and then we were saying about the incest, yes, that still goes on, because we living in such a wicked world, like in West Virginia, up in the Appalachian Mountains, all up in there, man, I wonder what they got to say. Let's send some reporters out that way. Let's see what their opinion is about this. That makes some good TV.
Right, that's funny. West Virginia in the mountains. Oh, man, that was funny. You caught me off guard with that one. But, yeah, I mean, it is... I think that this should be a private, personal situation, decision for people, and it shouldn't be something that, the court has this much power over a woman. People protest in front of abortion clinics all the time, and I think if that's something that they want to do, that's fine. But to now make it where a woman can't do this, then, and this also affects men too, because sometimes men and women both agree that this is something that may be best for them. Maybe they just got to know each other or just had a one night stand, and then they like, well, damn, we was, messing around. Maybe we didn't know. And maybe we both agree that we ain't trying to be tied to each other this way. with a child that, you know, we barely know each other and things. And so,
yeah.
But, you know, now neither man or woman has any say-so in what happens. And then, yeah, you can argue they shouldn't be doing these type of things, but people are grown, make mistakes, and things happen. And so if they are trying to find a way to do this, and people can say, well, a woman should have an adoption or whatever, but maybe that woman doesn't want to go through that full term of pregnancy, and then some women get attached to the child, or, you know, people see that she was pregnant and then say, well, what happened to the baby? And then she gonna say, well, I gave it up for adoption. And so, you know, that's just a lot of stuff people may not want to go through. And now that they have the morning after pill, I believe that's illegal in a lot of these states now that banned abortion. Which,
oh, that Plan B.
Yeah, Plan B. Yeah. So I think that's kind of messed up. At least with the Plan B pill, it's kind of before the baby is even really conceived almost. You know, and I don't know. I think this is very unfortunate for people, and it's a slippery slope. And yeah, some people say, well, I didn't believe in either candidate, so I didn't vote. I vote in local elections. Well, local elections don't affect and have as much power as this, and local elections can't do as much as this can, you know. And now they're saying gay marriage and banning contraceptive, birth control, and all of that. So some people that may be gay say, well, I don't have to worry. I wasn't going to get nobody pregnant no way. Well, now you're not going to get married to anybody. And so people have to look at it, instead of looking at it always as what about me, look at it as what's right and what's wrong, period. And I think that this is something that people should have that option for. And it's a private and personal decision, I think. So.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know, just, I don't want to, like, get off topic, but, I mean, it just has something to do with the government. Like, you know how they were sitting there making a big stink about how the government should legalize marijuana. You know, and the government always talking about how they ain't got money for this and they ain't got money for that. But now you got a cash crop that people, you know, it sells itself. You know what I'm saying? So people's going to indulge. So why don't you just regulate it and tax it just like you do everything else?
Right. Alcohol and tobacco. I'm glad you brought that up, because I had a good point to make about that, which is that abortion and like marijuana and certain other things is like, it depends on where you live. Now, we live in two Americas. If you live in one half of the country, you can't get marijuana or abortion, or maybe gun laws are different. And in another side of the country, in other states, you can do all of these things and have all these freedoms. And so it's like, depending on where you live, it's two different Americas.
And that's exactly what I was talking to Miss Kelly. Hey, Kelly, if you're out there, I was talking to her earlier, and we had a real good talk. And I was telling her, like, you know, like when I used to live in New Jersey, you know, I ain't had to worry about, you know, getting my marijuana, my medical marijuana or whatever, because, you know, they're more like liberal, I guess, out there. You know, like, look, people going to do what they want to do at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So if that's going to be the case, why don't we just, you know, regulate it and, you know, tax it, and we use the money to, you know, help the schools and help build the roads and all that other kind of stuff that you're supposed to do with tax money. But I live down south. I understand it's the Bible Belt, and they in their ways. And I found out real quick how they get down here. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can't deal with this. Like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I mean, it shouldn't be. I shouldn't be feeling like that. Like, you just like a person that come home working hard all day, and they want to come home and relax. They sit there, pop their little pills and drink their little wine and, call it a night. Why can't I come home, roll me a J or two and just chill out and watch the J show without having to worry about police kicking down my daggone door?
Right. That's true. I mean, people do more damage in life, period, with alcohol and cigarettes than marijuana. I mean, how many drunk driving accidents or different illnesses from alcoholism or from cigarette use happens, but they say like marijuana is worse. I mean, like Illinois of all people, Chicago, you can get marijuana legally, which I'm like, wow. But in Indiana or Indianapolis, you can't get marijuana, but you can go get a machine gun. I mean, that's crazy. So
backwards.
Yeah, definitely. That marijuana is dangerous, but this machine gun, that's okay. That's a right. You need that. You won't hurt nobody with
an automatic clip and all that extended barrel and all that in between. Go ahead, shoot up a school or whatever, or or a church or whatever, and then they be right back to the same old talking points again. Yeah. Oh, we need gun control. Oh, you ain't trying to take our gun rights away. But look at what's going on, though. Like, I should be able to go to the supermarket and don't have to worry about getting shot.
That's true. Yeah, somebody shot up a FedEx here. And, I mean, that guy, he probably need to smoke a joint and chill or something and stuff.
Like, for real.
But, yeah. I mean, it's just crazy, some of the stuff that's going on. Kelly said, hey, we sure did have a nice chat today.
Yeah. We had a little sister to sister talk. That's why I like that how you put that tab on there for the females, because, all y'all dudes don't need to be knowing what we be conjuring up. Behind our back. That's all those secrets.
I hear that. Well, look, I appreciate you for coming up, sharing your thoughts on this. And, glad to have you as a member of the Discord, as always. And
all right, thank you.
No problem. You take care, and I'll talk to you later. All right, so I appreciate you for coming, Trinae, sharing some insight on that from a lady's perspective. And, it's crazy how, we now live in two Americas now, and who knows how this is all going to play out. Democrats are saying they got some things they're going to try to do to change things, and so we'll see how it all plays out in the end, but, who knows what will happen. I guess we all got to wait and see. All right, moving on to the next topic, which is gun control. So they did have some gun control laws passed this week, but they're not all the way completely passed. But the House has passed it, but Joe Biden got to sign it into law, into the bill. But it says that this is the most sweeping gun control bill in nearly 30 years, and it's in the response to all the gun violence across the nation. And even some Republicans, 14 Republicans, voted in favor of the bill, which was definitely new considering how nobody's been able to work together in a long time lately. And now, like I said, it's going to the president's desk, and he's going to sign it into law. So 10 Senate Republicans and 10 Senate Democrats began the negotiations on this legislation after what happened in Buffalo and Uvalde, Texas. And so Buffalo was the grocery store. And so we'll see how it all plays out. Biden did say he was going to sign it into law immediately. And it encouraged states to pass red flag laws and expand background checks for 18 to 21-year-olds, which really is not a lot. Expand the background check for an 18 to 21-year-old. Well, what if this 18-year-old didn't have any backgrounds or red flags? Then they could still get a weapon and do some of these things, whereas they probably should make it you got to be 21 to get certain weapons, or pretty much any gun. You shouldn't be 18 and be able to buy a gun. It says that the new soon-to-be law will create incentives for states to release previously sealed juvenile records and could potentially add several days to the waiting period before a gun purchase can be made. And it says that it also called for a close to the boyfriend loophole that Democrats have been demanding for years by preventing dating partners from obtaining weapons if they are convicted of abuse. Though the bill is the first gun control measure to pass through Congress in decades, its provisions may not have been enough to stop the previous two mass shootings in Texas or New York. Yeah, because they didn't have any of those red flags. They were both 18 years old and legally purchased AR-15 style rifles in the lead up to their attacks. And it says that Peyton Gendron, who has been accused of shooting and killing 10 people and wounding 3 others in a hate crime attack in Buffalo, had been evaluated for mental health concerns in 2021, but the incident apparently did not rise to the level of a red flag alert. Where were the red flags for him to be able to purchase these guns legally? And it says that in a case like this, the gun dealer was able to sell these weapons to this individual because there was no red flags that came up. So, what do you guys think about these gun laws, and did they really do a lot? They're saying it's sweeping gun control bill. I don't think it really did anything other than what they should be doing anyway, which is a background check. And the background check is not really going to do much for a lot of these 18-year-olds. So, Trinae got a great, not Trinae, Barika, what's up? Got a great point. She said, guns have more rights than women. That's funny, yet somewhat true. Guns do have a lot of rights. You do have a lot of rights to buy a gun, own a gun. Your rights are protected from background checks and all kind of stuff. And, you know, it's just crazy that they said this is one of the most sweeping gun control bills in 30 years. That means they've done absolutely nothing. It's in 30 years since there was that assault rifle ban 30 years ago and it expired. Because this is a joke to me. And I do support guns, but I think it should be more oversight and laws. I don't think 18-year-olds should be able to buy AR-15s. I don't think they should be able to buy handguns. They maybe could get a hunting rifle or something. But to have those powerful weapons and at such a young age. And at 18, a lot of these 18-year-olds think they smart and know stuff, but they do have a lot of mental instability. They just learning about life. They don't know about life, and they still in a fragile state. And to be able to wreak carnage on so many people is a mistake. And so, I don't know. I don't think they should be able to do that. Marika, you said legal and illegal firearms work the same. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But it is a little harder to find someone to buy an illegal firearm from than it is to buy it from a gun store. Now, yeah, if you work hard enough to find it, I'm sure you can find it without a problem. But like illegal drug dealers, they are easier to find than illegal gun dealers. But if you are looking for it, you will find it. I do agree with that. So it's not I'm not saying anything is impossible, but I've come across a lot more people selling weed or other drugs than people selling weapons, but they are there. And I never look for anybody selling weapons, though, so that's another thing, too. But I have looked for the weed man before. I have looked for him. So, maybe if I was looking for him, I would say they're easier to find. I don't know. But I get exactly what you're saying. And, I think they said that it's maybe 3 times as many guns in this country than people. Or it's a lot of guns in this country. I can't remember the exact number, so don't quote me on that. But it's a lot of guns in this country. And, yeah, maybe it's a lot, but it's in the hands of a few. But if people wanted to get a gun, there's plenty of inventory around where people can get a gun if that's what they wanted. So they definitely need to do better. They should have, if they wanted to do a sweeping gun control bill, I think that banning an 18-year-old from getting AR-15s would have been a start. And I don't see anything wrong with making them wait to 21. You make them wait to be 21 to drink a beer, but they can go and get an AR-15 at 18? That's backwards. I think that's backwards and a mistake. And I think that it should be maybe even reversed. Maybe you could get a beer at 18 and you need to be 21 to get these guns. I know in most countries around the world, you could be 18 and drink a beer. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I doubt they may change the 21 for drinking, but they definitely need to change the age to be able to buy AR-15. All right, don't forget to put in the hashtag JMoreReviews. We got 20 entries. We need at least 5 more. Don't forget to put in hashtag JMoreReviews so that we could do the Cash App giveaway for this show. Don't forget to put the hashtag JMoreReviews. Let's get it in. We almost to the end of the show, so let's get it going. All right. Now, another story I'm going to talk about right quick, and then we're going to try to get to a couple little Instagram videos, is that O.J. Simpson, the juice is loose and back in the news, and O.J. Simpson is getting sued by Ronald Goldman. And Ron Goldman is the father of the young man that was killed when his wife was killed. Ron Goldman's father, rather, I should say. Ron Goldman is the young man. Ron Goldman's father is the young man father that's suing him. And so since OJ has been released from prison in 2017, he's been out of the headlines for the most part. And now after these murders in 1995, it seems Ron Goldman's father is now bringing OJ back into the limelight with a lawsuit of $100 million. Now, of course, OJ Simpson doesn't have $100 million. But in lawsuits, you sue for more, and then as you settle, then they bring the price down, and you get, whatever it is you get. Maybe he's trying to make OJ uncomfortable and break OJ from his lifestyle of golfing and kind of living a good life and chilling. And he's probably thinking, this isn't fair. My son is dead, and this man is able to live a comfortable life and got away with it. So $100 million is an awful lot, and we'll see how it all plays out. Now, it says that according to the documents obtained by TMZ, Fred Goldman, the father of Ron Goldman, is applying for a renewal of his 1997 judgment against OJ for the death of his son. The 1997 civil case against Simpson was ordered to pay the families of Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman $33.5 million. To this day, that amount has largely not been paid. In 2015, Fred stated that OJ still owed him $57 million, accounting for interest. Over the last 7 years, however, that amount was nearly doubled to $97 million. In 2017, Goldman filed court documents that would have allocated money that Simpson made from interviews, appearances, etc., to the $70 million he owed them at the time. And so it says that now TMZ posted that Fred Goldman says the staggering sum that OJ owes him now has ballooned to a whopping $96 million. So I remember when they sued OJ and they won that settlement back in 97. And I thought that they got rights to his book that he had put out. If I had done it, this is how I would have done it, or something to that effect, title of the book. And I thought they got all the proceeds from that book. It doesn't say anything about that here, so I'm not sure if that happened or not. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What's your reaction? Let me know. What's your reaction to OJ getting sued, never paying this judgment of $33.5 million, which I guess what's the point of having a judgment if you can't enforce it? If he never paid the $33.5 million, why was he not put in jail or sued? It was a civil case, so it wasn't a criminal case. But I don't know. What's the point of having this civil judgment if it can't be enforced? I mean, I'm not a lawyer, so maybe some people in here may be a little more familiar with what may have happened, and I don't know. But it seems that It just seems that if he couldn't enforce the original 33 million, he probably can't do nothing with this 100 million that he's trying to get either. So I know he's trying to do whatever it is he can to inflict pain back on OJ, but he got away with the criminal case, and even if he paid the money, we know it's not going to bring his child back. And OJ, I don't know, it's not much he could probably do, and from what I see, we'll see what happens. He gonna say he owed $100 million, and OJ not gonna pay it, and then what? So, and he's saying OJ made $70 million from interviews and things. Wow. And I don't know. That's a lot. He would have allocated money that Simpson made from interviews, appearances, etc. to $70 million. I don't see OJ in any appearances and things, so maybe I missed it. Damian Kinney, you say the Goldmans were awarded proceeds from OJ's book, but the book hardly sold. Ah, okay. That's what happened then. So then that's where they... Hey, I don't know. Risky Opinions has a new risky opinion. I believe OJ is innocent. I don't know, though. A lot of people think OJ is innocent, so I don't know if that's so risky. But then again, a lot of people do think he did it, and so I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that, actually. I've seen a lot of evidence about this case, followed this case pretty close when it was happening, and that's a good one, man. That is a good one. I don't know. He definitely had the motive. I don't think he had all the arthritis and bad knees that he claimed to have had when he was in trial. Yeah, it may be some soreness and things, but it's probably not as bad as he may have made it seem. So with that regards, could he have done it? Yes. Did he have the motive? Yes. Did he do it? That's a good one. Now, if the gloves don't fit, you must have quit. Nah, but one thing that was good about those gloves is that he had on a pair of gloves, the little plastic gloves on when he tried to put those on. He also didn't take his medication, allowed his hands to swell up and other things. So, I don't know. That's a good one, though. That is a good one. Damian Kinney, the trial led to a years-long separation between OJ and his youngest children. Yeah, that's true. It did. And I wonder what they feel about him as adults now, because they all are adults now. And I wonder what they think about that. And now that they're older, hearing about what their mom was doing and who they were at that time. And now as an adult, you can look at it with a different viewpoint. And then the things that they did hear and know around the house as kids, maybe they're thinking, I remember that. Oh, so that's what that was. Oh, that's who that was. I wonder what their viewpoint is on that. So, I don't know. Lexquisite, you say he physically could not have ended two people at the same time. Forensics showed that Nicole and Ronald expired seconds apart. That's true. And they were 30 feet from each other. Both endings involved knives. So, what could have happened is he could have came and finished her first. And her throat wound was, wow. She was almost decapitated. So he could have got her first and then came back and finished her off with that. But came and sliced her first, and while she's laying there going through whatever, if he jumped out the bushes and got her first, it was a tussle or a fight between Ron Goldman and the attacker. And he was found in like the bushes or something to the side. And he had some defensive wounds and things a little bit. So who knows? Jump out, get her, then come out, start fighting him a little bit, take him out. I mean, after you get stabbed a few times, you start getting weak kind of fast. And so I think it's more plausible than some people may think. I'm not saying that he did do it 100%. I'm just saying it's a possibility. It would have been difficult. I think he could have definitely took her out. She was, a little lady being nice. And he could have definitely took her out without a problem, especially if he'd have came for her first. And they was caught off guard. And then Ron Goldman, even though they said he knew karate or something, you catch somebody off guard and you stabbing them and catching them with a weapon and things, you got the upper hand. So, we to see. You say his DNA should have been under fingernails if there was a struggle. Natural instincts is to claw and scratch. Well, maybe natural instincts for a woman. But a guy, natural instincts isn't to claw and scratch. And so, if he caught her off guard, he could have, of course, I don't know. But if he could have jumped out of the little bushes or around the side of the house or caught them out off guard, then, and take her out, she would have had no way to react. And then by him fighting another man, he would have been trying to fight with fists and kicks maybe or things, and he wouldn't have been scratching and break out the windmill. So, I don't know. And I think it could have happened faster than you think, than a lot of us think. It ain't like they walked up and had a chance to react. He jumped out on them. Or whoever did it, I will say, jumped out on them. I won't say he did. I'll say whoever did it jumped out on them. And it was unexpected. So, like I say, I'm not saying he did do it, but I'm saying it is a possibility he could have. They also put that she owed money to drug dealers or other things. I don't know. Dame Kenny said it was theorized that Goldman was attacked and KO'd first, then Brown was attacked. That's true, too. That was another theory, too. He could have got knocked out first and then came and got her. Yeah, Lexquisite, yeah, where they had they tongue. Colombian, you say they both had Colombian bow ties, meaning slicing while in a restrained headlock. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a complicated little case on who was first and what happened exactly. And I think it could have been more than one person involved, though. So that's why I say it could have been possible. But then again, maybe not. That's why I won't say he did do it or didn't. It's still very difficult to say. I can see both sides of it. But it does feel like more than one person was involved. Rainy J said OJ showered at home and Chicago. That DNA was gone. Yeah. Alright. This was a very complicated case, and he did have some good ass lawyers, because they would have probably put him in jail, even though it was no smoking gun, to say, the proverbial smoking gun, the bloody gloves. But, it could have been another big guy. With this type of case, the court systems actually did the right thing, in the sense that you have to have beyond a reasonable doubt. And I definitely believe he had reasonable doubt. And so, in that regards, a lot of court cases should have operated in this way. If there's a reasonable doubt, you can't just put a person in jail for a crime that they may not have done. You cannot definitively prove it. And so we'll see. It always doesn't work this way. So, One Journey, definitely he had good lawyers, and they definitely established reasonable doubt. And so, a lot happened. All right. It's about time to wrap this up. Before we get up out of here, we got 24 entries. 24. We need one more hashtag JMoore Reviews. Let's go. Let's see what's up. Miss Kira, that's a crazy point. All of his lawyers are gone now. Wow. Damn. That is crazy, huh? Damn. Everybody was putting the word dream team on groups of talented people, and after the 92 dream team. But that was a hell of a group of talented lawyers. Cochran, Kardashian, Shapiro, F. Lee Bailey. Shapiro still alive? Rainy J said, yeah, except Shapiro. Okay. Robert Shapiro still alive. Okay. I didn't know if he was still alive. I know Kardashian and Cochran is dead. And F. Lee Bailey was already kind of old during that time period, so I wouldn't have been surprised. But I wasn't familiar with what Shapiro was doing. So, we're going to get another entry, hashtag JMoore Reviews, or are we about to fall one short? Let me give it another minute or two, and we'll see. Rainy J said he recently died. Oh, okay. He was hanging in there. So, we'll see what happened. You could try to put it in as many times as you want, but I don't think it will duplicate multiple entries. We would have hundreds of entries in here. So, I know we ain't going to end it with just one shy of the 25. We still got 31 people up in here, so let's get that hashtag JMoore Reviews one more, and then we could do this Cash App giveaway. Who knows? You may be the one to win. Why you holding out thinking you don't want to participate? It could be you that ends up being the winner. I know you saying I don't never win anything, but you never know. You got to be in it to win it. Let's see. All right. While we wait, let's do a video. I'll play a video, and we'll see what happens while we waiting on this video, if somebody else participates. Alright. Let's see. Hold on. This video. Let me see which one I'll play. This is crazy. So these people making a low-speed getaway. Shout out to Big Ron for sending this video. These criminals making a low-speed getaway. Let's check it out. And then, as we see, we do have 28 entries. So let's look at this low-speed getaway.
This is the way I live. Little boy still pushing big bills.
They on the damn wheelchair motor scooter. I'm surprised that's even able to pull both of them. And he got his legs split way open, don't he? He need that extra balance. That's a V8. Somebody said that thing got a V8. That thing definitely got a more powerful motor than we imagined. Damn. And the old boy is actually pretty flexible at the bottom. Not only got them legs looking like a damn V for Vendetta, but how the hell you get up in between her legs and that damn bar right there holding on? What the hell? Oh, that's two women. Bonnie and Clyde, Thelma and Louise, rather. Thelma and Louise up in here making a getaway. Oh, my God. All right. They in L.A. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and do this Cash App giveaway. We got 31 entries. Shout out to everybody for coming through, making it possible. Here we go. Karen is the new winner. What's up, Karen? You got to send me your Cash App, and I will send you your winnings. I appreciate all the support, everybody. Karen, you still here with us? Congrats on the win. Everybody, appreciate y'all for participating. And I have to see y'all on the next one. Karen, you still here? Is Karen still with us? Miss Karen. Let's see, is Karen still here? Rainy J said, check out the show Cops and Robbers on Hulu and do a review. All right, I got a long list. I'm way behind, but I'm going to try to check it out. Also, The Chi came out today on Showtime, streaming. I guess they're not putting it on the network, but they're going to put it on their streaming service. So, I definitely need to do reviews for The Chi as well. I got a lot of stuff I've been doing this last week or two, but I will be getting to all this other stuff. So I got a long list of things I got to get done, but I will be grinding real hard pretty soon. Karen, you still here? It look like Karen ain't here. All right, I'm gonna do another roll of the dice. Here we go. Let me see one more time. Is Karen here? All right. I guess Karen is gone. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's draw again. Savannah Rivers Rose Amore has won. There you go. Savannah Rivers, you won. Congrats. You there? There you go. You say you never win? There you go. You won. You happy? I hope you happy. Congratulations. No problem. Just send me your Cash App on Instagram, and you will get your Cash App giveaway. All right. Congrats. Congratulations. Rule 22.99. You finally done won that money. Now you gonna have to, what you gonna do now that you getting that money, huh? What you gonna do now, Savannah Rivers, Amore, Rose, all them names? Rule 72.3, keep it short. Got a person saying too much. Now that you got that money, don't spend it all in one place. Like the gas station. All right. That was the Uncle Clifford voice for you. All right, everybody. Everybody have a good weekend. I'll see y'all Sunday. Where the blessings reside, where the blessings reside, where the blessings reside, where the blessings reside. Oh, man. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll see y'all Sunday. Everybody take care. And be safe out there. And I'll see y'all on the next video. And I'm out of here. Peace. And I'm out. Be safe.